Real quick poll, show of hands. How many people out there in my audience have seen this now viral video of this young girl in a Walmart somewhere in the dairy section, grabbing food off of the shelf and ripping it open, throwing it on the ground, stomping on it, even taking glass bottles of Welch's grape juice and tossing them on the floor, and they shatter and the liquid goes everywhere. And then, shockingly, all of the adults around start making excuses about why this behavior is probably justified, and anyone who would attempt to intervene or stop it wouldn't really know what the little girl was going through. How many of you have seen this? Now, how many of you would probably say, you know what? I'll bet the parents of this little girl have something to do with her problems, with her behavior. How many of you would agree with saying, yeah, you know what? I'll bet we can probably take a good close look at the parents and see what's going on here and say, you know what? There's probably something lacking there. A child's conduct will reflect the ways of his parents. And for those of you who are KJV, King James Version of the Holy Bible, read, you will remember the scripture that says, bring a child up in the way that he should go, and he will not depart from it. That means both good and bad. A child's conduct will reflect the ways of his parents. Yeah, cool story, Maki, but why are we talking about this? Well, something just came across the wires today, and I think it's an important thing to showcase now. It's a story about the current president and his kids, and it brings everything together about what I've been saying for a long time. It's not what Donald Trump says that I disagree with. It's the man himself. He has a moral failing, and it is now being reflected in his children, and we're beginning to see it. But real quick, as always, thank you, everyone who continues to join us over the Florida Monkey Patreon channel. God bless every one of you. I very much appreciate it. You are keeping things together. The bridge is being built to continue doing videos. I'm working 60 hours a week outside of doing the videos for YouTube and the videos over there as well, so not very much time for much else. For those of you that would like to help, those of you that would like to see the channel keep going, we have 4 levels over there: $1 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, and $15 a month. There's something for everybody. And of course, all of the lower levels are included in the higher levels. So you don't have to buy all 4 levels. If you get the 15, you get everything. If you get the 10, you get the 10, 5, and 1. If you get the 5, you get the 5 and 1. And once again, kick the tires for 90 days. Kick the tires for 90 days. It's what? And almost the middle of the second week of December. So we got, let's see, January, February. My gosh, it'd be March. It'll be spring before you would have to really risk anything. So love to have you over there. God bless. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. Let's just get right to it. Donald Trump Jr. is being brought up in the way that he should go. Bring a child up in the way that he should go, and he will not depart from it. And now he is headed for girlfriend/wife number 3. That's right. He's getting rid of Sally Saggy Floppers over here, Kimberly Guilfoyle, his fiance that he's had since 2020, year older than his stepmom, and has traded her in for a 20 years newer model. That's right. This Bettina, this girl, what's her name here? Bettina Anderson. Yeah, is 20 years younger than Kimberly Guilfoyle. And he's just, you know what? I'm done with Kim Guilfoyle. That was fun for a while, but you know, we've been engaged. I bought her a ring. We're engaged for 5 years, but you know, I have another ex-wife too that I had kids with, but I'm going to go on now to this little 37-year-old hotbody with money. That's what's going on. Who is Bettina Anderson? 5 things to know about. Socialites spotted holding hands and kissing with Donald Trump Jr. I'm sure a lot of you haven't followed this. It's been going on since August. Infos obtained. Daily Mail. Anderson, 37, looked cozy with Trump Jr., 46, as they walked around Palm Beach, Florida on Monday, December 9. Per the outlet, the pair were out celebrating Anderson's birthday. Spent almost 2 hours inside the downtown eatery Buchan together. Kimberly Guilfoyle, of course, before that, and then Vanessa Trump before that. Influencer and a model. comes from money, all this kind of stuff. Gosh, I wonder why Donald Trump would want to change in 50-something-year-old Kimberly Guilfoyle for her. Influential family, daughter to the late Harry Loy Anderson Jr. And of course, what does Dad do? What does Dad do? Dad appoints Kimberly Guilfoyle to be ambassador to Greece to get rid of her for Don Jr. Because that's what they do. Once they're done using people, they get rid of them. Once they're done using people, they get rid of them. And for those of you that just want the record here, she is 1 year older than Melania Trump. So, just saying. You see, I can look at the evolution of Ivanka Trump from when she was a little girl to now that she's a mother of children. And I can see how she behaves and how she carries herself and how she dresses in public. And I can tell you a lot about her parents just by this. I can tell you a lot about her parents and what their values were just by this. Going back many years, you can see the evolution of Ivanka Trump as a function of Don and Ivana and Marla and now Melania. So this shouldn't surprise anybody. This shouldn't surprise anybody in the world. When you're done using something, a human being, you throw them away. Those are the values. And we covered this over at the Patreon channel. There's a reason Eric is the head of the Trump organization, being the younger brother. There's a reason. And we can only talk about it over at the Patreon channel. And it was given away by something Laura, who is now going to be a senator, is wearing here. If you look very closely, she's throwing off a signal, showing a symbol of something. I was going to give a hint, I can't do it. I don't want to risk getting demonetized. I don't want to do it. Check us out over Patreon. We covered this. There's a reason that he is in charge of the Trump organization and not Ivanka and not his older brother, Don Jr. And it's because of something going on with her. If you'd like to know, join us over there. If you know, you know. This is just part of it. If you know, you know. This is just part of it. The upside down pineapple people, they even cover this in this article about Bettina Anderson, that Kim Guilfoyle knew all about it, knows all about it, has no problem with it. And if you don't know who the upside down pineapple people are, well, look it up. It's pretty easy to find. If you know, you know. So, just saying. Is this, I suppose you could probably say that these types of values don't matter. But boy, they sure mattered in the last administration. It sure was a big topic of conversation in the last administration, and as right well it should be. My problem is why isn't it a topic of conversation now? You see, people were spot on, right on, to question the behavior of Joe Biden around girls, little girls, younger women, and some allegations made by his own family about different activities that happened. People were very much entitled to answers about that. Why does nobody care now? Why does nobody care now? That's my question. Those of you out there in Gen X, what do you think would have happened to us? Down in the comments, if you think you can get away with it, if you got the guts, what do you think would have happened in the car, on the way home, once you got home? If you decided that you were just going to lose your mind and start running through the grocery store and destroying things, especially breaking bottles of sparkling grape juice all over the floor, just one after the other, because you felt like it. I guarantee you wouldn't be feeling like it, at least if your parents were like mine, ever again. Just saying. You learn things when you're young. You learn things when you're young, and they are reflected in your behavior when you're older. They're reflected in your behavior when you're older. And I think we can see now the type of example that was set for Donald Trump Jr., Eric Trump, Tiffany Trump, and Ivanka Trump. I think we can see very clearly what the example was. But check us out at Patreon. I don't think a lot of people understand what the gold ring and the cross above it really mean. What a gold ring with the cross directly above it, what that stands for. It's something that's only talked about in certain circles. And if you see how she was dressed, and then if you look at the hand symbology of this speech, especially for him, well, that's all I'm going to say. Join us at Patreon. Love to have you over there. God bless. Pray for each other. Pray for me. I'll pray for you. Pray for this country. Lift each other up. Like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.